I will oppose the resolution. This House believes reasoning is fundamentally a distillation process. My argument is that while distillation can be a part of reasoning, it is not the fundamental core of what reasoning is. Reasoning is a far broader, more complex process that involves synthesis, analysis, evaluation, and inference in addition to simplification. Reducing it solely to distillation ignores crucial aspects of how we derive meaning and construct understanding. Here's my argument, presented in a debate-style format. Opening statement. The proposition argues that reasoning is fundamentally about stripping away the superfluous to reveal a core truth, the distillation. While I acknowledge that simplification and identifying key elements are valuable tools in the reasoning toolbox, to define reasoning solely by this process is a dangerous oversimplification. It's like saying that cooking is fundamentally about boiling water. Boiling is a technique, often necessary, but it doesn't encompass the creativity, ingredient selection, balancing of flavors, and presentation that constitute the culinary arts. Reasoning is similarly multifaceted. Key arguments against the resolution. Reasoning involves synthesis and construction. Distillation, by its nature, is reductive. It takes something complex and removes elements. Reasoning, however, often involves building up understanding, not just breaking it down. Consider scientific discovery. Scientists don't just distill existing data, they synthesize new hypotheses, build models, and create experiments to generate new knowledge. This is a constructive, not purely reductive, process. Artistic creation. A painter doesn't simply distill a landscape, they interpret it, add their own perspective, and create something entirely new. This synthesis of observation, emotion, and technique is crucial to artistic reasoning. Legal argumentation. Lawyers build cases by weaving together evidence, precedent, and legal principles. This is a constructive process of argumentation, not merely distilling existing laws. Reasoning requires inference and evaluation. Distillation implies a passive process of separation. Reasoning, however, is active. It demands that we draw inferences, make judgments, and evaluate the validity of information. Consider deductive reasoning. All men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. This isn't about distillation. It's about applying a general rule to a specific case. It's about inferential steps. Inductive reasoning. Observing multiple instances of a phenomenon and drawing a general conclusion requires evaluating the strength of the evidence and the likelihood of the conclusion, not simply removing extraneous details. Abductive reasoning. Forming the most likely explanation for a set of observations requires creative hypothesis generation and evaluation, again going beyond mere distillation. Context and nuance are essential. The proposition's emphasis on distillation suggests a quest for a single, ultimate truth. However, reasoning often operates within complex contexts where nuance and perspective are crucial. What is distilled may depend heavily on the initial assumptions and the goals of the reasoner. Ethical dilemmas. Ethical reasoning rarely involves finding a single, simple distilled answer. It requires weighing competing values, considering different perspectives, and acknowledging the complexities of the situation. Historical interpretation. Historians don't simply distill facts, they interpret them within a broader historical context, acknowledging biases and multiple interpretations. Distillation can lead to oversimplification and loss of meaning, while simplification can be helpful. Overdistillation can lead to a loss of crucial information and a distorted understanding. Imagine trying to distill a complex novel like War and Peace down to its core essence. You might end up with a simplistic plot summary, but you would lose the richness of the characters, the historical context, and the philosophical depth that make the novel meaningful. The same is true for many reasoning processes. Closing statement. Reasoning is a powerful tool for navigating the world, building knowledge, and making decisions. While distillation plays a role in clarifying and focusing our thoughts, it is but one instrument in a far grander orchestra. To equate reasoning fundamentally with distillation is to ignore the creative, constructive, inferential, and evaluative processes that are at the very heart of what it means to reason. Therefore, I urge you to oppose the resolution.